up, guys? Today is going to be my first YouTube video. Basically in today's video I just wanted to talk about my 17 and pregnant story slash my miscarriage at 17. Also, I do have 3 cats, so if you see them climbing around or you hear little noises in the background, I apologize for that. And I also have my dishwasher going, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm sorry for that as well. But basically, I did want to film this video today because this happened a few years ago now by this point. I am 19 right now, almost 20, but this has been something I've wanted to film for a very long time because I remember when I went through my miscarriage at 17, my first thing that I do is I go on YouTube and I try to see people that have gone through the same thing and things like that. It helps a lot when you're alone in a situation, and I literally found nothing. I found stories of miscarriages, but they were mostly from older women who were married and financially stable and had been trying for a while and then lost their baby. So I was having a really hard time relating. Yeah, you can relate on some things, but I felt like I was just very disconnected from their stories. And I know now there has been a few YouTubers who have opened up about their miscarriages, such as Journey with Jax, which I am honestly, I'm so sorry that people have to go through this. It is a thing, but I am so thankful that there are teenagers who are finally speaking about it, because I feel like it is a very different situation with miscarriages as a teen, because I feel like all pregnancies are the same, whether you're 16, 17, 25, 35, but I feel like miscarriages when you're trying versus not trying are typically very different, especially as a teenager versus an older person. So basically, to start, I just wanted to talk about how I found out I was pregnant. My period was a week late. Me and my boyfriend at the time did not use protection, and I was completely like, no, I'm not pregnant, my period's just late, or I just missed it, whatever, no big deal, which was very irregular for me. I am a very regular person with my period, so I don't know why I thought like that. But once it was a week late, I decided, whatever, I'll go buy a test, no big deal. I was so in denial at the fact that I was pregnant that literally I paid on the test, and it, you wait like 3-5 minutes, whatever. And I walked away, completely left, ate my dinner, left it in the bathroom, not even thinking about it. And then like an hour goes by and I was like, oh hey, I forgot I took a pregnancy test. And I walked back in the bathroom and it said pregnant. It was one of the digital ones, and my heart kind of like, I don't know, it like dropped, and like I kind of freaked out a bit, and I was like, no. So I took the other one and I sat there watching it like the entire time as it was like doing little dots going through, and same thing happened, it said pregnant. So I instantly texted my boyfriend at that time, and I said, hey, get to youth group early, which was our like weekly church thing that we go to because it was a Wednesday. And I said, go a little bit early, I want to talk to you. He's like, about what? And I was like, I want to talk to you in person. And he was like, are you pregnant? And I said yes, and I sent him a picture of the test, and he was in denial as well. He's like, don't trust just one brand, go to the store and buy a different brand, it might come out different. I was like, okay. So I left for youth group early, and I stopped at Walmart, bought one of those cheap tests at like the little plus sign, and I bought the test, went to the bathroom and took it in the Walmart bathroom, and sure enough it said pregnant, like literally in 2 seconds. I sent it to him and I was like, it's real, like I am. And we went to youth group. We didn't really talk about it much. He made like a few little jokes about it. We didn't tell anyone, we had just found out. And then that night we had been talking basically all night, saying, we're not going to tell anyone, we're not going to tell our parents. He wanted me to have an abortion. I was like, absolutely not, I will never have an abortion. Me personally, I just don't want to. Like I wouldn't ever see myself having an abortion. So he was very against it. He thought our parents were never going to let us see each other again and blah, blah, blah. But basically, I was accepting of it very fast. Like the next day I was like, I'm pregnant, I got this, let me start working harder and, you know, doing all these things, I instantly went into like mom mode. I was like, I need to work, I need to save my money, I need to eat healthy, you know, drink lots of water. That's instantly where my mind went to. And then exactly 1 week later, after I found out, nobody knew that I was pregnant. I was at youth group again, and I was a little crampy throughout youth group, and right before youth group had really started, I went to the bathroom and noticed a tiny bit of blood, and I looked on my little pregnancy app and it did say the spotting was normal, so that's what I had assumed it was. I put like a little liner on. Youth group was over, we were heading to small groups, and in between that time I had gone to the bathroom because, you know, my stomach was getting like hard cramps, I wasn't feeling great, and I pulled my pants down and there was a lot of blood, and again my heart dropped and I instantly knew that it was a miscarriage. There was like no doubt in my mind that it was something else. I instantly was just like, this is a miscarriage, and I got very upset. I went to youth group. I didn't talk to anyone during youth group. I kind of just sat there, and then when youth group was over, I had, you know, talked to my boyfriend at that time. I was like, hey, text me when you're home, I need to talk to you. He was like, oh, I'm going to dinner with my friends, blah blah blah, and I was like, no big deal, it's not like a rush, it's fine, go to dinner and then tell me when you're home. And basically when he was home, I told him, I said, hey, I'm bleeding, it's definitely 100% a miscarriage, like I have no doubt. And he was like, well, everything happens for a reason, maybe it's a good thing, maybe we weren't ready, blah blah blah. And you know, he said that and then he was kind of over it. He was like, I don't want to talk about it, I'm sorry for you, that's it. And so I felt very alone. I was very upset. I bled for about 5 days straight, like a period. Lots of clotting and stuff, very uncomfortable, and every time I went to the bathroom it was kind of just like a reminder of what was happening. And I was basically just really upset, very depressed, and I had no one to talk to because I was terrified to tell people, but also I didn't have a ton of people, you know, a lot of friends at that time. It was kind of just me and my boyfriend at that time, and he wasn't very supportive at all of what I was going through. So, you know, my due date was in October, and basically up to October I was in a lot of denial. I was like, maybe it's not a miscarriage, you know, maybe I'm just like those people who are pregnant but they don't show, or they're still getting their period. And I basically was in denial until October when my due date was, and I was like, if I felt anything I was like, maybe I'm going into labor. But it was kind of like a false like sense of security, like I don't know how to explain it, but like it was the only thing that was kind of getting me through it, was thinking, you know, maybe it's not true. And it took me a long time to fully come to the fact, like, no, you aren't pregnant, you're not gonna have a baby, it's not happening, like it's gone. And you know, if I ever was upset, I would have random days that I would just get really upset about it, and he completely shut me down if I wanted to talk about it. And I just felt super alone. So basically, fast forward, my due date came, obviously no baby. I was very upset that day. And then basically a year after my due date, so when the baby would have been a year old, I did get this tattoo. It's hard to see, but it's 2 marigolds, and a marigold is the October flower, so that's the reasoning behind that tattoo. It's just like a little symbol for me as like a remembrance. And that is my story about finding out that I was 17 and pregnant and my miscarriage. So I hope you guys, you know, get something from this video. If any of you guys are coming across this video because you are going through a miscarriage, I am so sorry, and please, you know, comment, you know, DM me something. I would love to help you guys with this situation. I know it's very hard, especially if you don't have anyone in your corner to talk to. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.